Hey everyone, I am your astrologer Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your daily forecast for the day of Saturday, February 3rd, 2018. Now, what we've got going on today is the moon still hanging out here at the last degrees of Virgo, bringing our attention, of course, to strategy, to planning, and to processing our life in some way, okay? At midnight last night, the moon, as it was in Virgo, was then making a trine over here to Pluto, and more exactly a sextile to Jupiter. So as we're planning over here and coming up a strategy with our life so that we can move forward, processing information too, we're realizing here that maybe we need to change our plan here with Jupiter and Scorpio coming in order to feel better. Also, maybe just changing the way that we think about things too, considering that Virgo likes to process information. Maybe changing the way we strategize, we put a plan in place, and changing the way that we think and process our life and where we thought it was going, okay? So I think that's what's coming in there with Jupiter, and of course with Pluto here, maybe needing to change where we thought our life was going as well, and our vision of our life so that we can really begin to more powerfully step into some new chapters and put our life in a place that is better for us, all right? That's happening at midnight Mountain Time. Then, after that happens, at 6 a.m. in the morning Mountain Time, the moon then makes an opposition over here to Chiron. So, as we're putting a plan in place here, trying to organize our life, make sense of things in some way, realizing, of course, that maybe we need to make some changes here to the plan and to where we thought our life was going, okay? And maybe it feeling a little bit uncomfortable here, not feeling quite right as we're starting to put things in place, figure things out, get more understanding of what is going on, okay? With Chiron coming in here, maybe needing to check in with yourself emotionally, intuitively, and spiritually as you're making a plan and as you're changing some things in your life to make sure that you are feeling okay with what's going on here, and so that you're not just pushing forward without taking your internal world into account, okay? So that could also come in there. All right, after that happens, then at 3 p.m. in the afternoon Mountain Time, the moon then moves into Libra. Okay, and that brings, I want to say, more of our attention here to balance, finding the balance in our life here. After we've been trying to put a plan in place, making lots of changes and processing our life, then I think we try to, as best we can, find some middle ground, find some more balance in our life with everything that's going on, and really taking a step back, I think, which Libra likes to do, and to judge our life and say, okay, did I do the right thing? Did I make changes in the right way? How do I feel about this? And how can I move forward now in a way that's better with everything that's happened, okay? So that's what comes in with Libra at 3 p.m. Libra as well, also very relational here. Not only is Libra about fairness and what's right and what's wrong and did I do the right thing, but also about working with other people. Maybe you're seeking feedback from others as well when the moon moves into Libra later in the day. Yeah, and just trying to figure out how you can start to work with other people. Okay, so I think that is what comes in there, and that happens for most of the day because the moon is going to stay in Libra. Again, not making any aspects here, really asking us to weigh our options in life, to weigh our progress coming in and work with people, all right? That's because, here I'll delete it, right after the moon just kind of hangs out in Libra for most of the day, at midnight is the next major alignment that it's going to make, Mountain Time, okay? And this one is actually a pretty weird one and a pretty big one because it actually touches 3 planets all at once. The moon then moves here to Libra to 5 degrees, and it makes we've got a sextile over here to Mars, we've got a square to Saturn, and we've also got a trine over here to Mercury. So look at this, we've got all these planets. I know it doesn't say this in the chart, but by the end of the day today, we're going to have the moon at 5 degrees at midnight, Mars at 5, Saturn at 5, Mercury at 5 coming in, going on. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know much about numerology, but if some of you do, maybe share that in the comments. That would be helpful, what it all means. I think, does 5 bring change? Is that what 5 means? I don't know, but I think it's kind of interesting that we're going to have planets there. And of course, we've got a 25 right here coming in. So I'm just seeing a lot of that going on. 4 + 1, 5. So yeah, so anyways, that's what's coming in at midnight. here, as we're trying to balance things in our life with the moon here in Libra, we've got these three aspects all happening at once. And I think as we're trying to work with other people here to find the balance in our life, I think maybe we start to feel like now that we've gotten our bearing, now that we've started to figure things out, that we feel better here doing something new, that we feel better exploring more of our options, and we start to feel more excited, I want to say, about life now that we've had chance to let everything marinate and to find the balance and to get feedback from other people and see what's going on. Okay, I think as well what's going on as we're working with people and as we're kind of taking a step back to find a balance in our life, I think we're also communicating a lot with others and thinking a lot as well about where our life is going, how we envision our life, about the future that we see for ourselves coming in. I think a lot of that can be coming up as well at the nighttime here, working with other people, trying to balance your life here, getting some more insight here on some new thing that you need to do, starting to feel more passionate about your life as well, and get more clarity on where it is that you see your life going. Okay, the hard aspect about all of this, though, that does happen at midnight is the square over to Saturn. These are pretty. The sextile and the trine I do like, but the square to Saturn is a little bit difficult, because as you're starting to feel a little bit more excitable at night, like you're getting more clarity on where your life is going, like you're understanding things better, finding more of the balance, I think then the challenge becomes, how do you take all of these changes that have occurred in your life lately, and how do you take some of this excitement here about some new things you're doing and some new visions about where you see your life going, and how do you bring it all together here to put your life in the right place, to give yourself the reputation that it is that you really want in some way, and to increase your social standing in the world. I think at the nighttime, it's fine. You know, it's one thing to get clarity on your life, to understand your life better, to find more balance with it, and to work with other people. But how can you take all of these things that are coming up, these new things, these relationships, these insights that you're getting, and actually turn them into something that's good for you, and actually turn them into something that's valuable, that can last, that's long-term, and that can put your life in a better place? And I think that is what you're trying to figure out here, is how to bring all of that together. Okay, because these are two sextiles here sandwiching this square to Saturn, I actually don't think it's going to be bad. I think there could be a lot of excitement here at the nighttime to envision a new life, to do something new here, to get more clarity on what's going on, and to work with other people. It's just really trying to bring it all together so that all of this stuff does not get lost and so that you can start to move and put your life in the right place with it all here, and yeah, and make it into something that can last. Okay, so that's what I'm going to leave you with there. Now, other stuff that's going on in the background, really quick, I believe I mentioned this yesterday, is Mercury, of course, and a sextile, or this is Mars, sorry, and a sextile with Mercury, which are obviously both going to be making pretty aspects to the moon that I just talked about coming in. Again, helping you to envision a new life, do new things, find more of the excitement in life here. And I think just think about your future here in new and different ways to open up new possibilities for you that maybe you did not think about coming in. Okay, so I see that being very pretty. We also do have, while that's going on, Venus here, coming into the last few degrees of Aquarius, starting to make a square over here to Jupiter. So as you're starting to envision a new life for yourself, see a new future, step into some new chapters coming in, again having some hard things here, some big changes in relationships coming in here, endings and beginnings in relationships, of course, with the Scorpio stuff and Jupiter happening. Okay, needing to rearrange your relationships to make them better for you in some way. Also finances. Venus doesn't only rule relationships, it also rules money coming in, since Venus rules both Libra relationships and both Taurus money. So that's why they both come with Venus. Okay, and so there could also be some big changes here in money, especially with the Scorpio stuff, and how you share your money and in who you share your money with. All right, so I think you're maybe trying to rearrange your finances and your relationships as you're envisioning a new life for yourself, stepping into a new life and making the plans to get there and starting to feel better about it. All right, so that's what's happening there. Do keep in mind that shortly after Venus makes this square over to Jupiter, it is eventually going to make a sextile here to Uranus at 25. Venus is what, at 20 now. So once you make the changes in your relationships, or once you think about what it is deeply that you want and need in relationships and with your finances to feel better, there could be some unexpected things that do come up. Maybe people, after processing what they want emotionally in relationships and after processing what they want with money, then do some unexpected things here to break free from old financial situations, from old relationships, to really start to step into new chapters and be more authentically themselves. So be on the lookout for that here. Not just changes in relationships here, but some stuff to come after, some unexpected changes as well, some unexpected relationship stuff that may come up too, and financial stuff as people start to uncover in the next few days to a week or so more of what they really, really want on the inside. Okay, so I think that's what I'm going to leave with you today. Now, your card for the day is the Page of Swords reversed. This is a card here, well, of course, when it comes to the swords, the mind, ideas, clarity coming in. So I think because it's reversed, I think there could be a problem getting clarity on your life today, sorting things out in some way coming in. And I think really needing to take the time today to understand better what's going on with your life, to get right with yourself, and to process things. Okay, I think that could definitely be what's going on here. Normally the Page of Swords has so many ideas and so many things that it wants to do here in a really positive way, and I think maybe that's what's going on. Maybe there's so much happening, so many ideas, a lot of stuff going on, and you just need to figure it out. Narrow it down, be comfortable with it all, maybe even pace yourself a little bit. That could come in with this card as you move forward. I was just thinking here, it is a sword. Swords to me do remind me of air signs, and of course Libra is an air sign, so also as well the moon in Libra may be telling you here to find the balance, to take it easy, to be patient. You know, a lot of times when it comes to Libra, it's not just what we want, it's what other people want. We have to wait for other people to come around too. We have to wait for everything else to fall into place. It's not just what we want in Libra, it's what other people want too, for better or for worse, when we realize we can't do things alone, and maybe needing to wait for some of that stuff to fall into place as well coming in. So I think just a need to be patient here with everything that's come to you, to process things so that you can find more of that clarity that it is that you want as you move forward. I think doing some really cool things here and start to prepare for some major new beginning coming up at the solar eclipse on February 15th. All right, so that's what I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.